I graduated from high school in 1961 and went to an expensive photography institute in California. The campus in the coastal hills of Southern California had been a retreat of a millionaire before it had been purchased and dedicated to the study of photography. The gathering place at school was a snack bar, and we all spent a lot of time there. The one girl in my class was also a flirt. Her name was Anne. Her father remained a mystery because she told a different story about him each time we talked, like she was making it up as she went along. Her mother was Portuguese. I would buy her Cokes at the snack bar, and she would warm me up aluminum-wrapped TV dinner at her apartment. Our emotional balance of trade was much more one-sided. I developed a crush on her. Anne's scars on her wrists told of 2 separate suicide attempts. She had visited a psychiatrist, but was proud that she had never told him anything. At the time, I wanted nothing more than to get to know her and get into her bed. All I ever got was an occasional dream about her. All she really shared were her photographs and her class notes and teasing stories about boys in her class she had already had as lovers. We shared our interest in photography and an understanding of one another that neither one of us could fully explain. One night, while I was alone in my room, typing up her borrowed class notes, I had another psychic experience. I was aware of another scene, however, this one was much more specific. I realized Anne was having sex at that very moment with another boy and sensed everything she did. I knew the pose they were in. I knew she was thinking about me as she settled her head back into the pillow, trying not to mess her hair. I tasted the last drink she had and smelled his on his breath. I felt her hair brush against my cheek. Once it was over, it took me quite a while to reacclimate to my body. The next day, I tried to give her notes back and talk privately, but she put me off for a couple of days. When I finally got to her apartment, her usual flirtatiousness had stopped cold. I was not going to be put off that day. Unfortunately, I was jealous and foolish. I went against my better judgment and confronted Anne with my knowledge of her tryst. I saw the reality of my psychic awareness growing in her mind as I added detail after detail. I continued to describe intimate moments and what she was thinking about at the time. Finally, I could see I'd gone too far. Her hair was standing on end like a fright wig on one of the little rascals. In horror, she threw me out of her apartment. Again, my newly strengthening gift had become a curse. After a failed attempt to call her, I lay down in my bed and shivered. I never visited her apartment again.